Hello everyone and welcome back to my art channel. Today I have an illustration that was actually inspired by a couple of things. First, I saw this tweet somebody made about, you know those dogs that have like the little vests that say like nervous or anxious or please give me space that they wear when they're around so people know not to approach them. Somebody made a tweet about that saying they wanted it on a shirt, and I said, I do too. So I'm gonna make that happen, and I made it happen. Here it is. And another thing that inspired this was just my own social anxiety, which, you know, that is why I want this on a t-shirt so that I can wear it out around in public and be like, hey, don't talk to me. Yeah, and so along with this drawing process, I wanted to talk a little bit about my own experiences with social anxiety, maybe connect with some people if you have the same experiences or thoughts that I do. So here we go. I've always been sort of a shy kid, and you know, when you're a kid, it's a bit more accepted to be shy or, you know, socially anxious. I mean, you know, you don't really give kids the label of social anxiety, they're just shy. So I was always sort of a shy child. I never talked much to people I didn't know all that well. And the friends that I did have, you know, even words. And that, you know, that's another thing. Maybe I won't even edit that out. I sometimes have trouble finding my words, and finding my words quickly enough, when I'm speaking. And I think that's a bit of a source of my anxiety. When I'm talking to people, I don't always know what to say, what I should say, what I am supposed to say, or even like how to form sentences like a human being. And it makes it hard to talk to people because I don't know if the person that I'm talking to is going to understand this problem that I have, I guess. I don't know if, you know, if they're going to give me the time that I need to come up with the words that I'm trying to say. Because I tend not to always think in words all the time. I think more in like concepts and pictures, and so like finding the words, I have several processes that I go through when I'm bringing up a sentence. Like there's the initial thought, and then there's the conscious thought where I'm actually like forming the sentence in my mind, and then I have to say it out loud. So it's a process. Speaking is difficult, and I mean, I don't know if this is how other people speak, or if I'm weird or something. And that's another thing that sort of provokes my social anxiety, is just this innate feeling that I'm weird. I've just always sort of felt like I'm weird and different in some way from other people, and I guess I'm worried that they're gonna judge me. I'm worried that you all are going to judge me for being my weird, strange self. And like this piece of art it's kind of weird. Like it's a girl with a dog nose and dog ears, and like I could have just drawn a regular girl. I could have like omitted the girl entirely. It could have just been the banners, but I had this image in my head of a girl with sort of like the doggy Snapchat filter, but it's just a part of her face. And I wanted to make that, so I did. I don't really remember where I was going with that, but yeah, I guess going back to just, I was always a shy child, and sometimes kids grow out of that and sometimes they don't. I remember like throughout my preteen years and my adolescence, I was always like, okay, this is the year when I'm gonna break out of my shell and I won't be shy anymore. I remember very distinctly in 7th grade thinking, okay, this is the year when I'm not gonna be shy anymore. I'm gonna break out of my shell, I'm gonna be able to talk to people, and it's gonna be great. I'm gonna be outgoing and it's awesome. And that didn't happen. I mean, I had a really great group of friends, and I was able to be more myself with these friends, and I love them so much, and I'm still friends with most of them. But outside of that group, I was just paralyzed. I rarely spoke up in class. I never really raised my hand to say anything. I didn't really speak much outside of this group of friends because words are hard, and I was afraid of judgment from my peers, I guess. And I would see, other people being able to like talk and socialize, and it's just like, how do you do that? Like, I'm just like, how? My brain just couldn't comprehend like how people interacted with other people. And like that's always been a thing for me, is like, other people are scary because other people expect you to say things, and like they expect to be able to understand you, and I don't even understand myself sometimes. Like I'll have a thought and I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. That sentence that you're saying in my head doesn't make any sense. And so I end up not really reaching out much. I end up not really talking to many people that I don't know well, and so then it makes it hard to get to know other people. I remember when I started college, I was terrified because I realized, like, I haven't really been in a position where I have had to make new friends in like 10 years, because all of my friends, like, I had sort of fallen into this friend group since I was like 8 or 9. And so like I never really had to like go out and meet new people on my own, because it would always be like, okay, well, this is, I'm friends with this person and they're friends with that person, so I'll make friends with that person too, and then that person's friends with this other person, so I'll be friends with this other person. And I never really had to go out on my own and be like, hello, I am person, want friends. And in college, I had to do that, and I don't know how I managed. I think it's because everybody was in that position. Everybody was, out. We're all living without our parents for the first time, for most of us anyway. We're all in these dorms, living with new people for the first time, and none of our high school friends are there for the most part, and I think that's probably the only way I was able to manage it. That and the 8 a.m. acting classes. That's really a good way to bond with people when you're exhausted and having to pretend you're somebody else. And I guess, doing shows is theater has always really been the way that I've bonded with new people. Because when you're coming together to create this thing, like, you get a bond with people. And it's really interesting because I know, like a big thing, I've been taking this sort of class group thing for social anxiety, and I was almost scared at first to mention that I do acting, because that's sort of a weird thing to, like, you're socially anxious, but you also get up on stage in front of a bunch of people and say things. But, like, for me, it's always made sense, because when I'm acting in a show, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I know exactly what I'm gonna say, because they tell you and you practice before you have to do it, and everything is also planned out, and I don't have to think about it. And that's really freeing in a way, because I don't have to think about what I'm going to do next, because I already know what I'm going to do next, and I know exactly how that person is going to respond to it, and I know exactly how I'm going to respond to them, and that's great. So, I mean, that's really a way that I've been able to break out of this anxiety a little bit, is by being in theater. And, like, auditions are probably one of the most anxiety producing things for me. But once I get past the audition, I am golden, because I know that the director wanted me specifically to be there, and I know that I have a specific role to play. I have a job to do, and we're all gonna do it together, and that's a really great feeling. I just have to get over that whole initial, like, holy crap, I have to impress them, and I want them to like me, and once I get past that, then I get to meet all of these new people, and, like, I get to show my personality in a way that I'm not afraid to, because I'm doing it through this other character. Like, I'm not acting weird and crazy because I'm weird and crazy. I'm acting weird and crazy because that's what the character requires at this moment. And so it's easier for me to sort of then bring that and, like, yeah, I did all this for the character, and then here I am, a real human person who could do that, but then I can also be kind of normal-ish, maybe? I don't know. And I miss that. I guess that's sort of a whole revelation that I've been going throughout this commentary, is that I miss doing theater, and I haven't done it in a little while. I guess the moral of the story is sometimes shy kids grow up into being shy adults, and that's okay, but also there are strategies to help interact with people, and sometimes there are people who understand. I don't think I did a very good job of explaining any of that, but I hope you liked the drawing. If you would like a print of this, or a t-shirt, or any sort of merchandise, it is available on my Redbubble shop. I personally am going to buy a t-shirt as soon as I actually put it up there. As of recording this voiceover, I have not yet, but by the time the video is up, it'll be up there, and I will have already ordered my t-shirt. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. If you liked this video, liked my drawing or what I have to say, please subscribe to my channel so you can see when I put out new videos, and hit the notification bell if you really want YouTube to tell you, because apparently subscriptions don't work. I don't know. And if you like this video, hit the like button. Anyway, that's my spiel. Thanks for watching. I love you all. See you next time. Bye.